everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Excuse my hair, today is wash day, so it's really oily and messy. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out because this hair is really not giving it today. We're back at my Coffee Nook area, and as you see, my husband already added a spooky decor onto the door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be painting pumpkins all around this area. And I'm not going to do too many because I don't want it to be too overbearing. But let me show you the stencils now. These are the stencils that I'm going to be painting pumpkins on to the wall with. I think you can see it. They came with a lot more, but these are like the ones that I like the most for this area. Hopefully you can see the sun is a bit bright over here. But yeah. Like I said, I don't want to put too many, so I'm going to just put a few here and there, and I'm going to sporadically do them and use the different stencils so that they're not too uniformed and very just like free-flowing. But yeah, so let me do that. It is about 5:30 right now, so I will be losing light. But I want to do this first and let it dry. And while it's drying, I want to go decorate my apothecary room. And then once this is done, I can come back and dry here. So let's start before I waste more time. And let's get this little coffee area ready for the autumn. Okay, don't laugh at me, but these are my paints. I'm not a painter, so these are really old. I think maybe 2 to 3 years old. They're craft smart. And then these are artist's lost. So I got these colors so that I can hopefully paint somewhat accurately cute pumpkin. But again, I am not a painter, and if you knew me in college and had art class with me, you would know that the teacher gave me an A because he felt really bad because he saw how hard I tried. Yeah, I deserved that A because of all the hard work, but I wasn't a good artist, I can just tell you that. It's so hard to see the stencils right now because it's overexposed, but they are on the wall, and now I'm gonna start painting them, and I'm using this as my palette. I can't find the palette that I did have, but I'm gonna use this and hopefully it looks cute. I don't know if it will, but everything is about exploration and trial and error, and I just love pumpkins, so let's start. Wish me luck. Well, that turned out better than I expected. Thank goodness for stencils, because I don't think I could have done this without stencils, but they are so freaking cute. I am so happy. And unfortunately, this is like a plaster kind of wall or an MDF board, so paint on here doesn't really look pretty. And that's just how it is. But once I get to like the door and the side of the wall over here, I'm hoping that the paint sticks a bit better onto it. But so far I am so happy with how it's looking. I'm gonna now start the side, and hopefully I'm gonna be done soon. just finished the little pumpkin stencils around my coffee nook. I didn't do too many because I didn't want to overwhelm the space with a lot of pumpkins, and these are quite big pumpkins, so I wanted to make sure that I was sparingly placing them and not putting them everywhere. But I am done. I'm gonna let them dry now, and then I'm gonna head over quickly to my apothecary. I'm not really gonna do much fall slash spooky decor in there just because it is an apothecary and I don't really want to put too much spooky stuff in there, even though the aesthetic kind of can be considered spooky, even though it's my everyday. I'm going to just start adding some things in there, and then once this is done drying, I will stylize this, and then I'll show you the reveal for both spaces. Hey, my baby. Hello. Hello. Oh, so pretty. Are you such a pretty girl? We are in my apothecary space, and as you see, there's a lot of stuff in here already, so I don't want to overwhelm the space with adding a lot of decor. So I'm going very light with my stuff. Some things have to be hung up, and I might have issues just because I'm not that strong to hang them up. I don't have a hammer. I know, like, who doesn't have a hammer? I don't. So I've just been using thumbtacks, and they've been working, but some of these things like this, I think might be too heavy to hang up with the thumbtack, but I'm not really sure. It might work, or I can just use 2 thumbtacks. I don't know. I'm gonna be decorating with the little bit that I have in this area, so let's get to it. Also, I do apologize. It is dark in my apartment, especially in my apothecary space. I have the lights on, but they're very dim lights, so I'm hoping you can still see well. And if not, then you know what? It's a moody aesthetic anyway. This is such a weird angle, so I do apologize, but I'm gonna add the additional garland on the bottom of my mirror. I think it looks cute, so I'm gonna just see how it looks, and hopefully it gives a good aesthetic. If not, then I'll just take it off. Now that the paint is dry, I can add the little touches of decor that I wanted to have into this space. And again, this is being used a lot, so I'm not going to add too much just because I don't want to overdo it, and we need to make sure we can get our coffee and get into the pantry slash closet. that wraps up the Coffee Nook decorating and my apothecary decorating. And I am exhausted. I think that took about 4 hours, which is not too bad. I think that's pretty good time, but it's also physically exhausting, and being chronically ill doesn't make anything easier. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love how the Nook came out. The stencils really did help, and I'm really happy that they came out and my vision was, you know, it actually worked, because I wasn't really sure if it was gonna work or not. So I'm really excited now. All I need to do is my balcony, my living room, and the bedroom. Those videos will be coming out too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.